In a seaside town in Denmark, the sea breeze rustles the colorful rooftops, and the streets are filled with a faint fishy smell. The people here live a simple and happy life, and children often gather in the square to listen to the old man tell H.C.Andersen's fairy tales. There are 2 children in the town, one named Emily, the baker's daughter. She had blonde hair as bright as the sun, always shining with curiosity. The other, Hans, was the son of a fisherman. His skin had been dyed a healthy bronze color by the sea breeze and sunlight, and he was strong and vigorous. Emily and Hans are neighbors and best friends. Their favorite thing to do was to run together on the reef by the sea after school and listen to Emily tell H.C.Andersen's fairy tales from her father's old books. One summer evening, the setting sun was like blood, dyeing the entire sky and sea orange-red. Emily and Hans sat on the reef as usual. Emily cleared her throat and began to tell the story of the steadfast tin soldier. Hans listened intently, his eyes fixed on Emily, as if deeply attracted by the magic of the story. That tin soldier with only one leg, although he has experienced so many dangers and difficulties, he has always stood firmly, guarding the dancing girl in his heart. Emily finished speaking with tears in her eyes. Hans clenched his fists and said, "I want to be a determined and brave person like a tin soldier and protect you from any harm." Emily leaned on Hans's shoulder with a smile and said, "We will always be good friends, just like the tin soldiers and the dancing girls, never to be separated." However, the peaceful life did not last long. One day, Emily's father received a letter from a big city. It turned out that Emily's distant relatives had invited her to study in the big city, where there were better schools and a wider world. Emily's parents saw this as a rare opportunity and decided to send Emily to a big city. When Emily told Hans the news, they both fell silent. Hans's heart was blocked by a big stone, and he felt very uncomfortable. He didn't want to be separated from Emily, but he knew it was a great opportunity for her. On the day of parting, Emily was wearing a beautiful new dress, with both anticipation for the unknown and reluctance towards her hometown and friends in her eyes. "Hans, I will miss you," Emily said with tears in her eyes. Hans held back his tears and said, "You must take care of yourself. I will wait here for you to come back." Emily boarded the boat, and the boat slowly left the dock. Hans stood on the shore, looking at the gradually disappearing ship, his heart full of loss. From then on, Hans would come to the beach every day, looking into the distance. In the big city, Emily started a new life. She studied hard and quickly adapted to the new environment. However, the hustle and bustle of the big city also made her feel a little lonely. She often thought of her hometown, the reef by the sea, and the days when she and Hans listened to fairy tales. After several years, Hans had grown into a handsome young man. He inherited his father's career and became an excellent fisherman. And Emily also achieved excellent results in schools in big cities. One day, Emily received a letter from her hometown town. The letter was written by Hans, and he said in the letter that there would be an Andersen Fairy Tales Festival in the town, and he hoped that Emily would come back to participate. When Emily saw the letter, a warm current welled up in her heart. She couldn't wait to pack her bags and set out on her way home. When Emily set foot on the land of her hometown again, she found that the town was still as it had been in memory, but it seemed to have undergone some new changes. She was walking along a familiar street when suddenly, a familiar figure appeared in front of her. It was Hans. He was still so sturdy, with more maturity and determination in his eyes. "Emily, welcome home," Hans said with a smile. Emily threw herself into Hans' arms excitedly and said, "I'm finally back. I miss you so much." On the day of the Fairy Tales Festival, the town was very lively. A stage was set up in the square, and people wore all kinds of costumes from Andersen's fairy tales, as if they had entered a fairy tale world. Emily and Hans took to the stage together to tell their favorite Andersen fairy tale. Their voices echoed in the square, as if they had taken everyone back through time and space to that fantastical and beautiful childhood. The people under the stage were mesmerized and burst into warm applause from time to time. After the fairy tale festival ended, Emily and Hans went to the reef by the sea just like they did when they were children. The moonlight shone on the sea, sparkling, They sat on the reef and chatted about their experiences over the years. Hans, I learned a lot in the big city, but what I miss the most is the days when we were young and listened to fairy tales here, Emily said. Hans nodded and said, Me too, I've been looking forward to your return all these years. Although life sometimes separates us, our friendship is like the story in Andersen's fairy tale, it will never fade. From then on, Emily decided to stay in the town and protect their hometown and friendship with Hans. They will continue to tell Andersen's fairy tales to more children on the reef by the sea, so that those beautiful stories can be passed down forever in the town. Many years later, Emily and Hans are old, their story has become a legend in the town, just like Andersen's fairy tale, warming generation after generation. And the friendship between them, like a seaside reef, has remained as strong as a rock after years of baptism. In the afterglow of the setting sun, they held hands and sat quietly on the reef, recalling those beautiful childhood days, their hearts filled with happiness and satisfaction.